for that cool purpley explosion to catalyst, be the catalyst to everything. Is that seriously the last boss? Really? Gosh, that was like really disappointing for a last boss. I was hoping to beat up the big guy. I wanted to climb on him and smack him in the face. And then I could have gone into the core. Like the core could have been like AQ20 Cthulhu kind of thing, where you fight the boss on the outside, then go into the core and then fight it a little bit there and then pop back out and fight it on the head to weaken it so you can go back into the core and hit it some more. You know, that's what it should have been. Okay, not last boss. Hey, I got a smaller body. It's a little easier to move around with this one. Kind of oddly out of place since Shield Legion or whatever has been part of me for a while. Gotta get my selfie. Oh, I'm out of Lappy specials. I really wanted to save one for the end too, but it forced one on me at the end. Getting tossed around like a rag doll, dude. Hold on tight. I'll be fighting you in a second. Just like, look at that. Look at that damage, dude. I need an item that gives me my stuff back. Oh, I do have it on there. Oh, I can go to my menu and use that shit at any time? Jesus, man. Okay. I remember when I had opportunities to actually heal and dodge, despite spamming dodge. Yeah, it's the cheese wheel, right? Why am I not attacking? She's just sliding back and forth. Oh, I need to run away from that. Wow! Literal one-shot! Holy crap, dude, this boss is fucking full of bullshit, man. I don't know. This is kind of a disappointing last boss. It's just full of cheese. How do you beat cheese? With better cheese. Oh no, not hair arms. It's got hair arms now. It's over for me. freaking took me off my doggo and would not let me get back on my doggo when I knew exactly what I needed to do. No, no, no. Oh, shit. I couldn't dodge everything. You can't dodge everything. That's the stupidest mechanic of this game, is when it expects you to dodge everything. It's impossible to dodge everything. It's so annoying. Like it throws this huge flurry of attacks at you, and it's impossible to dodge all of them. And you get perfect dodges on a couple, but then you get hit and you get comboed until you're dead. Yes! I like the interactive finisher too. That was cool. It made me hit the button for all those cool things. That was awesome. It's not bad. So that fight was like at first a little disappointing, but when he turned to red Super Saiyan mode, the fight got a lot better. There was like, you can avoid attacks, you know, you can actually combo, you can actually counterattack. The doggo running from platform to platform was amazing. I loved that. That was awesome. I loved how I had to like, I loved popping onto the doggo and just like, you know, doing the thing. It was cool. I can still hold it back. I really enjoyed the second half of that. You were never the good sibling.
You've got to. Please, do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, sister.
Stick greater than extra dimensional thing. It's an extra dimensional stick though, so it's okay. You picked the other option? Nah, he was the lesser sibling. He deserved it. He was the lesser sibling. He doesn't deserve to live anymore. Sorry. It's like what's that thing that happens in utero where like two like cells are fighting over superior over who's gonna become the baby or whatever and be born, and then one like embryo consumes the other embryo. That's what happened. GG though, dude. GG. A little disappointing on the end, a little bit. I wanted to freaking... Okay, listen. Let's turn that down a little bit until something else happens. This is what I wanted the last boss to be, or at least like second to last boss. When it was big and awesome, what should have happened is I should have done some of that platforming to get to the boss instead of away from the boss. And then you get up on his shoulder and you run up and like stab him, like beat the shit out of the back of his neck until he gets weakened. And then you have to use your thing to like go inside of his core to like fight the core a little bit. And you get it down like 25% or whatever, and then it throws you back out. And then you got to do a different platforming, get to his shoulder, you know, different mechanics, throws you for a loop a little bit, that kind of stuff. And then you finally beat it, and then you can get to the Omega version of him or whatever, you know? Yeah, try burgers. Try burgers, guys. This photo shoot's gonna be amazing in a second. I wish I knew about this sooner in the game, because I would have done this to literally every single boss if I could have. I would have done what I did to the final boss to every boss if I knew that was a thing. No resolution as to why we see digitally. Well, the like extra planar beams were like digital thingies. Like what they were is like we're the third version of Earth. We had come and failed as human beings twice before, and we were the third attempt at making it work per se. And he was given a set of instructions and said he would save humanity, the old man. And basically they're like we're just data, you know, like Earth is just data. So like they were recollecting the data, like, you know, like defragging the hard drive essentially. The entire game was the same. There we go. See that? I would have done this to literally every boss if I had known that I could do this to literally every boss. Quick, let me take a selfie. That's all the pictures I got. I didn't take any more. It's got some stock photos in there for them to put those in there. Dude, if I had known that was a thing from the get-go, I would have done that to every single, but not kidding, every single boss. I would have done that to every single boss if I had known that was a thing. If only I knew, man. If only I knew. I feel like I missed out. But yeah, like the ending, like the end boss could have been way cooler if they had like let me fight the big form of him instead of like kind of hiding him away, you know? You do unlock filters. You do unlock filters and gestures, but I wanted that gesture. I think that gesture was best. New game plot. Nah, I'm done with the game. We're for streaming anyway. We're done though for the game. Credits is end. I don't typically do 100%ing of games and stuff on stream. Although I don't really have a stream game right now, aside from like, you know, some free enterprise or speedruns or something like that. I'm actually caught up on everything other than, yeah, we'll do a review. We'll review it and break it down. We'll review it and break it down for you guys after the credits, for sure. Absolutely. We're not gonna have a written review like we do with the Variety Night games. Although I will say this, guys, tomorrow, Ephemeral Fantasia, that shit is awful. It's a terrible game. You're not gonna want to miss it. So, but the thing is that we're very likely gonna make huge progress tomorrow and the next day, to the point we might actually finish that nightmare. So be sure to stop by tomorrow for sure, and that's 1 p.m. But we're gonna break this game down, so don't go anywhere. We're gonna break this game down. We're gonna talk about all the pros and all the cons and all the different things about this game, and you know, if you're on the fence about getting it, maybe that'll sway your opinion one way or the other. Wow, Solomon was in this game. He was the director of Playarium Ltd. Lots of Solomons. Astral chain. 97% red matter. Oh, man. Feels bad. At least I got all the blue ones. Finally. Not good enough. Well, there's my complete game. I was right about 11 though. D, C, C, D, B, C, B, 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 C. C overall. I did okay. I'm okay with that. I beat the game, didn't have too much trouble beating it. Didn't do it like pro MLG style, but of course, you know, I didn't like go back and redo all the missions when I knew how to do it better, or this is all first try kind of stuff. So in that regard, like first try, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that as a first try. You turned in your temporary field items. Thank you for playing. You can now access file 12 by loading a save file with finished game data. File 12, huh? All right, we'll take a look. All right. What do I think about this game? Max on my box moving score, please. Oh my god. What do I think about this game? I think it's good. I think it's really great. I think it's exactly what you expect it to be. At least it was for me. So in that regard, like, visuals are really great. They're really, really great. They have a lot of good assets that they use, but because it is a somewhat lower budget game, you get a lot of those assets reused, but I would say that they reuse them in a pretty good way. Like, you know, when you go back to the city, it's like you're re-upping on your investigation, or like it's, you know, being attacked at that time or something like that. There's a lot of really cool epic cutscenes with nice choreographed action going on. The gameplay itself is just as cool as a lot of the choreographed scenes and stuff too. Something to do on Wednesday night. I'll take a look at it right now before we head out. We'll take a look at it now. Starter game for getting into Yakuza series? No, this doesn't even relate even remotely to Yakuza games. Not to mention, I'd say just play Yakuza games. I'm not sure why that comes up though. Especially considering Yakuza games are like way older than this, you know? This is a brand new game. And Yakuza games don't even play even remotely like this at all. They don't feel the same, they don't act the same. Totally different scope, way different like feel and like environment and humor and stuff. They're completely unrelated. But the OST is super banging. It's a little, sometimes it feels a little too epic. Surprise, bitch! Thank you for the sub, man. Thank you for the Twitch Prime love, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. The music is really good though. Like, there's a lot of really nice soft jams that are going on in the chill areas, and then the bosses really have good tracks to them. But like I said, sometimes it can feel a little too epic. Like the last boss was a little hair over the top on that. Other hack and slash, yeah. This is more like Devil May Cry kind of hack and slash, you know, like just crazy air floating anime action, you know, just like who cares about physics? They're pretend physics where it's like, yeah, you have gravity, but like you can float in the air as long as you can keep attacking, you know, like pretend physics, which I think are better. I think it's more fun that way. I think it's more interesting. Especially rather when it comes to like flying enemies, which can be really annoying, but you can throw your doggo up and then, you know, get pulled up there and just float in the air. It'd be cool. Like the only way you could really make that better and keep a more realistic physics type thing going on is when you threw your doggo up there or your astral thingy and then you got pulled up, you would like latch onto it and like launch it to the ground, you know, like you would just like fly up and snag onto it and just like slam it down to the ground and like ride it like a skateboard for a little bit, you know, and then it gets stunned and you beat on it and then it flies up and goes away and you rinse and repeat that kind of action. That'd be a cool thing if they could do that, you know. That would be a lot better. That would be a lot better way to do flying enemies to make it feel a little bit more realistic without being anime floating in the air action, you know. But like, Bayonetta. I mean, they made Bayonetta. They made Bayonetta. Platinum Games made Bayonetta. That's who made Bayonetta. Platinum Games. So I mean, you're getting games that are very in the same vein as Bayonetta. A little bit of Nier, obviously, but there was definitely a couple points where visual started to lack a little bit. There was definitely a couple tracks maybe weren't super great, but overall, you know, we got 7 out of 10 visuals, 8 out of 10 OST, really great. Gameplay, is the dog the best Legion? I just like the doggo. I just like it because you can ride it around and stuff. Gameplay was like really great, and then there'd be a couple points where it was just a little unfair, a little just like RNG or AoE Storm. Like when you fight what's her name and all she does is just spam AoEs all over again, and it's like it doesn't matter if you perfect dodge because they're multi-hit and you get hit anyway, and then you get stunned, then you get one shot because you're stunned, and it's just like there's no avoiding that except for just not fighting or maybe using your Arrow Legion or something, which is boring, you know. Like you shouldn't, like regular enemies having the Arrow Legion requirement or phases of bosses, you know, you need to hit a target and then it gets stunned and you can do normal whatever Legion you want stuff is fine. But like if the boss's design was literally just sit on Arrow Legion and shoot, that's kind of meh, you know. That's kind of mad. The game is a melee game. This is a melee game. You want to get into the mix. You want to slice up things and do cool combos. If there was a boss that just kind of was like, hey, you're supposed to use Arrow Legion here, I mean, there's like mini bosses that highly encourage the use of Arrow Legion, but it never required it, you know? It never required it. But, you know, like having AoE spam and multi-hits and unfair mechanics was a little bit of a drag on an otherwise great game gameplay-wise. So if you can't deal with that type of thing, I would pass this game by. But if it's like, whatever, I'll get past that dumb part and then I'll play the rest of the game that's fun, you know, then yeah. One thing I really liked about the world was that it encouraged discovery, it encouraged exploration, and encouraged side questing. Side questing was really easy to track, really easy to do, and for the most part, really easy to just kind of know what needs to be done, you know? And it wasn't like there was no challenge or no fun because it was easy. It was just, you know, intuitive, like simple, you know, just like, hey, look, it's tracked on your map exactly where you need to go, and it has good systems that are easy to follow along with, like the tracking system, follow doggo, or like when there's a portal tracking, you know, like there's a little pathway of energy that pops up, just go into the thing and then you do the cool combat stuff, and you know, clear direction. Yeah, clear direction is a really big breath of fresh air. Of course, I've been playing a lot of games outside of Ephemeral Fantasia over the last like 8 weeks. You know, so it's not like the only game we've played. We played FF8 Remastered, which was great remaster to a great game. But story, I mean, it's anime. It's anime story. It's all the same things. Like there was this is like so typical anime story where like there's just one little twist that'll throw you for a loop a little bit, because like I thought for sure Brother Chan was gonna be enemy, and he kind of was for a while. We did fight him, so I wasn't necessarily wrong, but it did that one little twist where it's like he's actually good and sacrifices himself for everybody, you know, kind of thing. So like that's what these anime stories they do. If they throw in one little tiny twist, it's a little bit different from everything else, then it's a unique story, and it's not. It's the same story, just with one tiny little twist that's different. Redemption arc, right? Redemption. I hate redemption arcs. There's so few redemption arcs that are actually well done. Look, if someone's fucking evil, they're evil. Don't just be like, but my mother was sick and I needed medicine, so I had to destroy the world to save her. I'm really a good person on the inside because I wanted to save my mom at the cost of literally everybody in the world. Yeah, redemption chains or redemption arcs are almost always terrible. Like, they're just some forced backstory about how they were good. Like, why can't bad people just be bad? It's fine. It's fine. You don't need a redemption arc, guys. It's okay to have bad people be bad and die unforgivingly, you know? It's cool. That's what makes it feel a little more epic. To me, anyway. Maybe not everybody else, I don't know. But yeah, story is like 5 out of 10. Because, you know, they try. They put effort into it. There's a lot of really cool cutscenes. They have voice lines. There's not just like... They don't just like fail at attempting to give a story, but the actual storytelling and everything is pretty average. But the cutscenes and stuff are badass. They're really cool. And when you get a cool cutscene, and then you get to do those things in the cutscene, like flying around and doing awesome combos, that's great. That's cool. You know, how many times do you watch a cutscene, you're like, man, I want to do cutscene stuff, but in like turn-based RPGs, guess what you don't get to do? You don't get to do cutscene stuff, except for initiate cutscenes like Lionheart. Like, you press a button and then they do the cutscene for you, you know? Like, you get to do all the actions in that cutscene attack, the cool flying around and awesome combos and swinging your dog around and latching him onto the chain and breaking him down, and just like, it's so fulfilling. You know, the sound design, the sound effects, and just like how it lines up with your inputs and stuff, it just feels good. It feels really good. Really, really fun game.